So many compound words. In episode 5, I talked about syllable stress in compound nouns. In episode 6, I talked about standalone compound verbs. In this episode, syllable stress and compound adjectives. First, as you know, an adjective always describes a noun. Compound adjectives can be short. This kitten has deep blue eyes. Long. Notre-Dame-des-Victoires is a 329-year-old church in Quebec City. They can include adverbs, nouns, past participles, present participles, and even numbers. I'm going to eat a 2,000-calorie, old-fashioned, dark chocolate, mouth-watering ice cream sundae. Delicious. Compound nouns are usually stressed on the first word, haircut. Standalone compound verbs are always stressed on the second word, fly away. Compound adjectives? There's a 78-story condo at Yonge and Gerrard. A 78-story condo. Let's go exploring on a cross-country bicycle. A cross-country bicycle. Justin Bieber is a well-known singer. A well-known singer. Astronauts work in a high-risk job. A high-risk job. Are you sure these are fat-free cookies? Fat-free cookies? Did you hear it? There was a gentle rising and falling of the pitch, and the rhythm bounced from the first word of the compound adjective to the noun it described. 78-story condo, cross-country bicycle, well-known singer. The first word describes the second word of the compound adjective, so it has a little more weight. Then together they describe the noun to make it memorable. How high is the condo? It's 78 stories. Where can you ride this bicycle? Across the country. Has anybody heard of Justin Bieber? Oh, he's well known. But when the compound adjective is composed of two short words, you have two possibilities. You can stress the first word of the compound adjective, then the noun. A high-risk job. Or you can speak both words of the compound adjective on the same pitch with equal rhythm and save the biggest stress for the noun they're describing. Fat-free cookies. And if we make the compound adjectives a little more complex, it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. We'll find up-to-the-minute reporting on TV. My 4.5-year-old daughter started school. Suddenly the music changes. The pitch moves up and down a little more frequently, and the rhythm becomes bouncier, bumpier. You can really feel the difference. Try it with me. Once-in-a-lifetime experience. Once-in-a-lifetime experience. Up-to-the-minute reporting. Up-to-the-minute reporting. 4.5-year-old daughter. 4.5-year-old daughter. See what I mean? Since that last example contained a number, I want to take a moment to talk about an all too common error. Another compound adjective. Very bouncy, very melodious. This all too common error for speakers of English as a second language is to make compound adjectives with numbers plural. You notice I didn't say 78 stories condo, I said 78-story condo. Story was singular. I didn't say 4.5 years old daughter, I said 4.5-year-old daughter. Year was singular. We wouldn't say a 3 hours movie, we'd say a 3-hour movie, or a 2-week holiday, or a 40-mile-an-hour speed limit. Hour, week, mile, all singular. So listen carefully, differently, to make sure you're hearing the grammar accurately. and to really tune into the sounds of the pitch and the rhythm, the music of English. This episode ends with a song by Robb, who immigrated to Canada from Britain. It's called Garnet's Homemade Beer, and it's written like an old-fashioned, oh, that's a compound adjective you heard earlier, an old-fashioned sea shanty, which is the kind of song the sailors used to sing while they were working on the big merchant sailing boats. It's about a foul-tasting, oh, another compound adjective, a foul-tasting beer that makes anybody who drinks it violently sick. The link to the song is below. But you might be wise to drop by the Canadian Pronunciation Coach blog first to download the lyrics, not just to see the compound adjectives, but because I explain some of the words you might not recognize. And while you're there, download the transcript of this episode for listening practice. And remember, listen with attention. Keep practicing. Be patient. And above all, don't give up. I'm Phyllis, the Canadian Pronunciation Coach. I'm glad you dropped by. Thank you.